Danny,
This is John Gill. You know, I was just thinking about that video I did earlier, where I was covering a little bit more of that audio recording and why I had it on voice memos and instead of, well, I in not video. Well, I don't have the video because I would have had a video too, multiple videos actually. Kihakis deleted them all, but he didn't. Yeah, there would have been multiple videos, including a video of Knight punching me in the face, but Kihagis deleted them all. That's I kept switching from video to audio, and I just remembered another reason why I did that. Why I kept switching from video to audio. Because, well, first of all, because when they were outside, I couldn't see them; I could only hear them. So I was using voice memos, and then I just remembered it occurred to me at that time because the deputies were so far out of line. They were acting so bad, and so crazy. I remember thinking, I better get some of this in voice memos too, because the way they're acting, I know they're gonna take my camera. I know they're gonna take it because they were acting. I knew that, I never really dealt with the police before, but that much, really, except for traffic tickets occasionally. But I knew damn well that law enforcement's not supposed to be acting like that. They were, acting like I said in the recording, like hooligans, basically, is a good word to describe it. Hooligans outside. They weren't acting like law enforcement. And I remember thinking, I bet they're going to try to take my goddamn camera if I don't. So that's another reason why I copied some of it to voice memos. Because I remember thinking, yeah, they're going to, the way they're acting, there's no way they're not gonna take that video, because they're gonna, if they get caught, doing what they're doing, they would have been in big trouble. That would have been a big deal if I would have had if I could have had everything they were doing on video recorded. That would have been a big news story, or at least for a little while. It would have, I've seen videos that were not even half as bad as what deputies Knight and Kihagis in D Squad were doing. I've seen videos not even half as bad as what they were doing become huge news stories. So if I would have had that whole damn thing recorded, that would have been a huge news story for sure. And they knew it. That's why I remember thinking, get some of it on audio too, because on the voice memos app, because in the previous video I did earlier, I was discussing, I was going over the audio recording. Do I still have that phone charged? Actually, I'll show it again. Yep, it's still charged here. I guess I'll show it real quick what I'm talking about. Here on the old iPhone 5 right there, voice memos. Right there, that recording right there. It says September 26, 2014, but it's actually September 25th. It shows up as September 26 because of the time zone. But that was the partial audio recording of the incident. There's a couple of them, and there's another one on there too. I have that's where I recorded my call to my emergency call when they were outside, terrorizing us. I called the sheriff's office back, except when I called back, that time when they were outside making all that noise, I did call 911 because, well, then it was a legitimate emergency because they were scaring the living hell out of us. But prior to that, I only called their non-emergency phone number just to ask some questions, as well as provide them with some information as well. But I never, did anything wrong. So, and they were just mad. They didn't like my attitude. They were just mad because there was a few times they had come over a few days before that trying to serve me with something, and I didn't answer the door. And it turned out the paperwork they were serving me with was null and void anyway, and long story. Watch our testimonial videos for all the details, but I just wanted to clarify that. I remember I was thinking, I remember that's why. That was another reason why I kept switching from voice memos, and then to here, to video. And basically what Kihagis did is he went in here, okay, and basically went to deleted the pictures and deleted them and removed them from deleted items, basically is what he did. But yeah, that's the Yeah, that's the voice memos app, though. That's what, yeah, I do have some of it on there. You know, I would have had multiple videos because I can't remember. I remember I kept fumbling back and forth from video to audio diaries because, you know, I could only see them. I couldn't see them. I could only hear them at the time. So that's why I use the voice memos. And then also I remember thinking, if they come when they're, I mean, if they come in here, you know, they're going to take my damn phone. So let me at least copy some of it to audio, you know, on the voice memos, so I at least have something. Because I knew the way they were acting, there was no way I figured they would probably take my video. The way they were acting, why wouldn't they? You know, I mean, they might as well have been. It was basically like a county sanctioned violent home invasion. It literally was. It was literally like a county sanctioned violent home invasion and kidnapping. Literally. It's literally what it was. For no reason whatsoever. Anyway, that's it. Watch our testimonial videos for all the details. I'll probably put this in my group for a while, and then what I'll probably do is post this little recording on YouTube or something, or in my just under the comments of that last video I did where I was discussing the audio recording, because I don't want to clutter up my group with all these, you know, extra posts and stuff I don't need on here. So, but you know, I've told the story 1,000 times, you know, well, hundreds of times, but there's all kinds of little details though like that are important though, like, you know, why certain things, because some people might ask that question, why didn't you video? You know, it's a good thing I did get some of it on audio, because Kihagis deleted the video. So if I would have kept the video camera on the whole time, he probably would have deleted everything. I would have lost it all. And at least I have some recordings of it, but not much. I remember, yeah, I remember that's another reason why I did that. Because I figured they were going to do something like that. The way they were acting, why not? But anyway, that's it. Thank you. Oh, and you know, and it actually was a news story covered by News and Observer first, and then mirrored by multiple other local news media outlets throughout the state of North Carolina, including WREL and others. But it actually was a news story, but it would have been a much, much, much bigger news story if I'd have had that whole thing on video. I mean, because it was bad. It was bad. Anyway, that's it. If I could have predicted that, I would have had cameras set up. I would have had hidden cameras set up in the house. And if I could have predicted that, and I would have had that whole, like I have to these days, but I have cameras in my house these days. But if I would have known if I would have been able to predict that at the time, that's what I would have had. And if I'd have had that whole thing on camera, it would have been a much, much, much bigger news story than what it was. So anyway, that's it. Thank you.